What happens when someone faces an impossible challenge? Today, we explore a story that has touched millions across the centuries.
The night air in the upper room felt heavy with unspoken sorrow and divine anticipation. Jesus looked upon his closest friends, preparing them for the world's coming storm. The flickering flames danced across his face as he offered a profound promise of help.
When the advocate comes, whom I will send you from the Father,
The Spirit of truth who proceeds from the Father.
He spoke of a divine helper, a beacon of truth descending from heaven itself.
he will testify to me.
The promise of this Spirit was not merely for comfort, but to bear absolute witness. Peter listened intently, his heart tethered to the Master's every movement and breath. They were simple men, yet chosen to carry a testimony that would echo through eternity.
And you also testify, because you have been with me from the beginning.
Since the shores of Galilee they had seen the blind see and the dead rise. Their very lives were intertwined with his. They were the living, breathing evidence of grace.
But Jesus knew that the light they carried would soon attract fierce and dangerous darkness.
I have told you this so that you may not fall away.
The words struck them like cold iron, a sudden chill in the warmth of the room. How could they ever fall away? Their loyalty felt unbreakable, their courage absolute. But Jesus saw beyond their present bravery into the terrifying trials of tomorrow.
They will expel you from the synagogues.
To be cast out of the synagogue was to be entirely cut off from their people. It meant total isolation, becoming outcasts in the very communities they called home.
But social exile was only the beginning of the dark path laid before them. In fact, the hour is coming when everyone who kills you.
A cold wave of dread passed through the room. Martyrdom was suddenly a real, tangible threat. The cost of their discipleship was no longer a metaphor. It would require their blood.
But the deepest tragedy lay not in the violence itself, but in the deluded motives of their executioners.
Will think he is offering worship to God.
Thomas wrestled with the paradox. How could murder ever be mistaken for holy worship? It was a chilling reality. True evil often cloaks itself in the righteous garments of devotion.
Jesus provided the answer, cutting to the very core of humanity's spiritual blindness.
They will do this because they have not known either the Father or me. The persecutors were not monsters, but lost souls wandering in total darkness. Because they rejected the Father, they inevitably rejected the Son, and soon they would reject the disciples.
In the face of this terrifying prophecy, a quiet, stubborn resolve began to settle over the disciples. If the world was to hate them, they would face it together, bound by eternal love. Jesus did not speak these words to instill fear, but to forge an unbreakable spiritual armor.
I have told you this so that when their hour comes,
Their hour, a time when darkness would seem to triumph, when chaos and hatred would temporarily reign supreme. In that dark hour, everything they knew would be shaken to its very foundations.
What are you feeling right now? Share just one single word in the comments below. Sometimes one small word can touch someone's heart far more than an entire speech. If this brought you meaning, share it with someone you love. Spread the light, because shared goodness warms the world. See you next time at our Bible Tales.